Yo, y'all still tuned in there? Yes, sir. This is your boy Harlem Smalley. And a lot of people wonder, why did you even turn Crip in the first place? A lot of people in the comments, a lot of people, you know, just in general, oh, joining the gang is stupid. You joined gang for protection. Like, why? A lot of people ask those questions. So I don't know about a lot of the other people's story, man, but a lot of y'all asked for it. So here we go. Crips and Bloods in New York. Harlem Smalley, here is my story. Y'all wanted it? Y'all got it. Go, man. It's going to be a good one, man. For various reasons, going to be different parts to this one. But y'all going to get part one today on Thanksgiving. Told y'all, we give y'all 3 blogs today. Gave y'all the strand of the day. I gave y'all the battle rap blog on Queen of the Ring. Here's the last one, man. Crips and Bloods in New York, man. Harlem Smalley, my story. Let's go. Dirt Gang, we rolling. Yikes. Side block. No. It's Curry Low.
You are now tuned into Bossman Tough Beats.
Y'all niggas already know what it is, man. Shout out from all the 30s, man. All the way from 35th and Edgecombe all the way to Crenshaw, man. Y'all already know what it is. 30s. Before we get started, man, I want to retract on a couple of things, man. Not even really retract. I was talking to one of my boys on the phone, and I was asking him because he's from Queens. A lot of y'all don't know, I used to live in Queens, right across the street from Forster Projects on God Brewer and 164. See, I'm on Foch and 164, right off of God Brewer. So I used to be running around in Queens a lot. So what happened was I'm asking him, I'm like, yo, what's going on? You know, because besides Kwame and Bolo, these was the only 2 people who I really super know. Mighty Joe Young I knew, see what I'm saying, vaguely. But those are the 2 people who I knew. So I was asking him about them. And upon that, he was like, oh, you know, it is what it is with Kwame. But as far as, you know, Bolo go, he was like, it's the one, which one you talking about? Because apparently there's more than one Bolo out there. I knew it, but I didn't know a lot of people. So we talking about OG Bolo from Grape. He was like, oh, the one that hang out with Mighty Joe Young. He was like, oh, cuz passed away. You know, and I assumed when he said that, he was talking about Bolo. I didn't know he was talking about Mighty Joe Young. So with that being said, I apologize. Bolo is alive. I didn't mean it. Bolo, I'm going to knock on wood. I'm saying, the way he said it sounded like he was talking about you, because I asked, what's good with, you know, have you heard anything from Bolo? See what I'm saying? And, you know, everybody always bring up the odd thing, but that's not really how I even know. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Everybody got their problems. See what I'm saying? But when he said that, I assumed when he said, oh, cuz passed away, I thought he was talking about Bolo. So with that being said, I'm going to retract that. I apologize. Bolo's still alive. I know y'all my comment. OG Bolo still alive. I know. Me and Bolo used to run back in the day. And if you watch the part 2 to this, that part is going to be on the part 2 of this. We getting there, man. We rolling. Another thing, I didn't say, all right, we ain't even going, I watched it a couple of times. The way it sounds, yes. So if I say somebody has California ties, that don't mean that they necessarily from California. So when I was talking about one of the founders of 8 Deuce Trey, when I say he has California ties, that don't necessarily mean he's coming from California. Everybody has California ties. If you're a Crip, you have California ties because you have to go by the same guidelines and that they think about it. Would you be able to be a Crip that wear a red flag to the, no, you couldn't wear a red flag to the left and call yourself a Crip, no. Because through California guidelines and standpoints, you have to wear a blue flag to the left. So everybody has California ties, some more than others. Right now, of course, I can say I'm not from California. I'm a New York Crip, but I have California ties. So when people start stuff and they get guidance from places, they can have California ties, whether they go to California or whether they don't. The people who they spoke to, and actually get their knowledge and actually get their understanding of what it means, the Crip meaning it. Because remember, somebody has to teach everybody who you're turning Crip. Somebody has to teach these people the reason why. Unless everybody would just run around saying anything. So when I say somebody have California ties, that's what I mean. So with that being said, I didn't mean to say that the guy from 8 Deuce Trey one of the founders, was from California. I said he has California ties, but it is what it is, man. It's a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. If not, cuz, put it in check. I'm up next. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, and you are tuned into the one, the only Dirt Gang TV. Yes, sir. So, listen, man. Yeah, I know a lot of times, man, I talk about different Crips and Blood situations, a lot of the different sets out there, the Wu versus Cho. A lot of people ask all the time, what gives you the right to speak on this? How did your story start? How do you put yourself in the middle of this? Why do you say you're a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set? This is a lot of questions we gonna ask. And why did you even turn Crip in the first place? Some stuff we gonna get into, man. Yes, sir. So y'all know what it is, man. We about to spark off for this one. Y'all might want to hit the like button because this is going to be a good one, man. And if you wonder what we smoking on right now, this is that Dosey Pop. Go back a couple of minutes ago. Tune into the strain of the day, man. It's your boy Harlem Smiley. For various reasons through this blog, I'm only going to mention people names they go by on the street. I'm not mentioning anybody's government. For even more various reasons, I'm not going to mention a lot of people's names. But you will get the full story. Some people name I will mention their real government, but we ain't putting the first and last names in it because a lot of these people grown, they got kids, they got jobs. We don't want to put nobody at risk, nobody at jeopardy. I don't want my kids out here gangbanging. So I wouldn't want nobody else's kids watching this think, you know, that it's cool to just run around being in the gang. But for those of us who are in the gang, it's a lot of situations we need to talk about. So we're going to take y'all back. And a lot of this is going to pertain from it's going to go from 1993 all the way until like 2000 and maybe like 5 to the current day right now. Chapter 1, man. Let's go. Sorry, straight of the day caught me. I'm not editing that out. It is what it is. Real smokers know. 1993. C73. These are not balls. Bloods comes to Rikers Island. C73, for all those who live outside of New York who's never been in Rikers Island, is a building inside of Rikers Island. In the 90s, C73 was one of the most dangerous buildings out there. Ask me how I know. My mom, which is a retired correction officer right now, was in C73, placed in that building as a correction officer in 1993. Why are you even telling your mom was a correction officer? First off, she was retired. She's retired right now. No harm, no foul, no longer in C73. Second of all, it's going to play an intricate part of situations inside of this video and in my life, the reasons why I even brought that up in the first place. We gonna move ahead. 1995. 1995, Crips hit New York City. To my knowledge, might have been Crips in there in 94. For the most part, Crips didn't come until after Bloods came. 1995. At this time, I'm 11 years old. At this time, I'm in 6th, about to go to 7th grade. Get a call, one of my brothers. My cousin Mike. Yo, we turned Crip. What? This is they telling me on the phone. They somewhere different. They call a house. Yo, the reason why they telling me this. These niggas is bloody and shit. They need me to bring them shit out the house. You know, gotta hide it from your parents. At this time, my brother's like 15, 16. My cousin Mike, same age. Call me, bring them the shit out. Niggas, whatever, yada, yada. They fucked up, but they happy. They happy. I'm like, all right, cool. At this time, nobody knew anything about really any Crips. Especially not me. If you was younger, you didn't know anything about Crips. All you knew was like Bloods, but you was just knowing about Bloods. Everybody was walking around throwing around blood. I had a cousin that had ended up doing a bid, and he came back home, and he was blood. So that's why a lot of us, you know, the younger cousins and stuff, we only knew about blood back in Brooklyn. We ain't know about Crip. So when him and my cousin Mike told me they turned Crip, like, what, the only thing we knew Crip was from the movie Colors. I'm like, y'all is super stupid. Y'all all beat up. Y'all super stupid. At this time, you know, I'm 11 years old. Y'all super stupid. I ain't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? They start coming around. I seen them doing handshakes. You know, they start writing GSC on the back of their Jan Sports and all that. It is what it is. Why you out here telling your family business? Once again, plays an intricate part of my life. It is what it is. We fast forward to next year now. This is 1996. Now I'm 12. This is the summertime now. Now, Crips is being known now. A lot of people know about Crips. A lot of people know about Bloods. Bloods and Crips don't like each other, really. To no extent. Bloods is cool with each other. Crips is cool with each other. But it's not 1,000 Crip sets running around there. You live in Brownsville, Brooklyn, you know about GSC Crips. Just so happened, had an older cousin, ended up doing a little bit or whatever like that. By the time he came home, because you know when you younger, you can't be outside like that. Remember, I was still 11, 12 at this age. He was GSC Crip. See what I'm saying? So besides my uncle and you know, who we knew as Blood, and a lot of the older guys that was in the neighborhood, because what happened was a lot of times the guard bodies, who was guard bodies, they was in jail. A lot of them was turning over blood because of this war that was happening out there. Not all of them. Not saying all of them. There was a lot of guard bodies that turned blood. So if you see these guys back in the day, they was guard body. If you see them now, they was blood. So that's what happened a lot of times. So 1996 come, you start seeing Crips pop up everywhere. But for the most part, if you're in Brownsville, it's Bloods running around everywhere. Now, I'm from up the hill, Brownsville. Even though I done lived everywhere, Powell and Livonia. My aunt lived on Blake and Tapscott forever. I'm from up the hill, Brownsville. So up the hill, Brownsville is right kind of on the borderline. You got to walk through East New York really to get to it. Like, it's kind of weird. It's still Brownsville, but it's a little up the hill. So it wasn't like deep, it wasn't in 8 Deuce Trade territory of Brownsville. So at that time in junior high school, it was just it was just all Bloods around the neighborhood. So now this is 1996, and we'll get into it. I'm in 7th grade now. Summer pop up, summer over. We in 7th grade now. So we playing basketball. I'm at Kelly Park in Brooklyn. A lot of people know about Kelly Park in Brooklyn. I'm playing basketball now. A lot of people in the neighborhood, once again, running around with blood. But there was one person in particular who was like 3 or 4 years older than the rest of us who was in junior high school, and one of the first Bloods I know. Blood dude, he's running around, not from Brownsville, named Brian. I'm only going to put his name out there like that. I ain't put last names or nothing out there, Brian. Once again, one of the first Blood dudes I know. Used to run around with this dude named BJ. Used to run around with this other dude named Rome. All of them was Bloods. Those were like the first 3 Bloods I ever like encountered outside of my family. Was them. That Kelly Park player. Now Brian is super cool with the people, with my family. Super cool with my family. But once again, he Blood. Now remember, this is the 90s. There was Blood versus Crip. BJ was the cool one. Brian, I'm sorry, not B. Rome was the cool one. BJ was the little grimy, shiesty one. We playing ball, Kelly Park. He go up, we playing ball all day. He go up, I try to block his shot, I pop his chain. So I told the nigga before we even start playing, yo, take your chain off. See what I'm saying? He like, nah, I'm good. I'm saying, yada, yada, yada. I pop his chain. So at this time, I got a little Cupid chain. Little piece. Little Cupid piece on it. But my chain is off. I got my chain sitting on top of mine. You know, it's summertime. You know, ain't no jackets and none of that. I got my book bag there. I'm saying I got my jacket sitting there. Boom. He whispers over. So, you know, he's like, yo, you pop my chain, yada, yada. I'm like, bro, I told you to take your chain off or whatever like that. So I'm saying it is what it is. So we continue to play basketball. So while we down on the other end playing, he don't run down. He whispers to one of his little other mans to go on my book bag and take my chain. So I still don't know nothing. We still playing ball. He come back, start playing ball. I still don't know nothing. So now like an hour and a half passed by. I go back. Everybody done playing ball. Starting to be nighttime. Go look. No chain. What? The fuck is my chain? You know what I'm saying? I know I have my shit sitting right here. Going right up to him. Yo, BJ, where my chain at? What you talking about? I ain't got your chain. Yo, where my chain at, man? Stop playing with me. Where my chain at? Oh, nah, I ain't got your chain. You pop my chain, though. So I'm saying you want to pay for my chain. Yo, I ain't paying for nothing. Not paying for nothing. See what I'm saying? He like, what? Who you think you talking to now? He a little older than me. Who you think you talking to? Yada, yada, yada. Yo, listen, man. Your chain pop, my fault. I told you to take it off. We playing ball. If I had my chain on, somebody pop my chain while we playing ball, it is what it is. It's a loss. Why would I be stupid to keep my chain on? It's like keeping your earring on. Why would you keep your earring on while you playing? So, he looks over, and he like, you ain't getting that chain back. What? Now I take my book bag off. We square off. See what I'm saying? Boom, boom. I'm saying we throw a couple of punches at each other. See what I'm saying? One of mine's land, one of his land. See what I'm saying? Then I see his man's stuff, so I take, oh yeah? This what we doing? Y'all don't want to do the jump thing. Because at this time, I'm not in no gang. I'm not in nothing. And you know what you do. Everybody in Brownsville, they know how my family work. I'm going to go get the family. It is what it is. So I dip up out of Kelly Park. It's like 3 Kelly Park. It's like three, that's the park behind Broadway Junction for y'all who familiar a little bit with Brooklyn. 3-4 blocks in my crib. As I'm on my way running back to the crib to go get the family, I run into my cousin Giles, who's actually on the way. He lives on like Rockaway and like Herkimer at the time. Yo, what's going on? I'm like, yo, yada yada. I'm over there playing ball. I'm saying, BJ and these niggas. So now Giles is in my grade, but he a year older than me. He started school a year late from when we was younger. But he's a little, you know, he's a year older than me. This nigga goes over there. I don't even know he going over there. I go over there, get my cousins and them. We mobbing back over there. As we mobbing back over there, we see Giles over there. As soon as we get over there, he like, yo, it ain't nothing. Here go your chain. So the nigga grill me. He grills me. He look at me. He's like, yo, when I catch you, it's over. So I'm like, you know, I got uncles and all that there. They like, yo, you get down here. Jazz like, nah, because Jazz was like cool with both sides. See what I'm saying? You know, obviously I'm his family, but he cool with these niggas. He not in no gang or nothing, but he cool with these niggas. It is what it is. So I'm saying, so at that point in time, I knew this nigga was a blood. I knew he was a blood. And I knew the only way I was going to be able to even get even remotely close to this nigga and have a reason to even go against this nigga if it was on some gang stuff. I walked home that day from Kelly Park all the way to, at this time I'm living on Powell and Livonia. Anybody familiar with Brooklyn know that's a little truck. Summertime though. Did a lot of thinking. Know what? Called my brother and them. Cousin Sherrod just got out of jail. He already from GSC already. Had no idea. I'm like, yo, I'm about to turn crip. It wasn't for no protection. So yeah, it wasn't for you know, to have people to have my back in this situation, because everybody already know both my families is very deep. The main reason why I turned crip was the sheer hatred for this guy at this particular time. Because it's like, even though my cousin Giles had got my chain back from me, it was still a pride thing. You know how it is. You 12 years old. You got to still be in the streets. See what I'm saying? And it kind of, even though he ain't come up and just snatch my chain on no gangster stuff or just make me take it off kind of stuff, he had somebody sneakily take it. See what I'm saying? But it's like when I left out of there, you know, I had to go run and get the family. So I felt some kind of way for that. And I already know my, you know, it's like, you know, it was me. It wasn't me just fighting him over that chain no more. It had to be bigger than that. So, because at that, I'll be honest, at that time, you know, I wasn't thinking, even my brother and my cousin Mike told me that they had turned Crip. I wasn't thinking about that. See what I'm saying? Because at that time, there was no Crips in my neighborhood. You know, when you younger, you want to be just like your uncles and all that too. You know, you young, you run around throwing up blood and all that. That used to happen back in the early 90s. Because there wasn't no Crips running around. It wasn't until like, you know, the music videos in like Bow Wow, early 2000s, niggas doing a sea walk and all that. That's when it got super cool to try to run around and being like, you know, and being a Crip. But early 90s, that wasn't the thing to be. You didn't even find that out until like the mid-90s. So that was never an admiration of mine until that day in Kelly Park. When this dude, just because he was blood, and he did that snake shit, see what I'm saying? That gave me the sure hate for this guy. So at that time, when I told my brother and I told my cousin Sherrod, I was ready to do it. They like, hell no. You know how that go, because I'm only 12 years old. And my brother like, nah, fuck that. I had to hide it from mommy. There's no way I'm about to have you trying to hide it from mommy to do the exact same thing. So, no way. I'm not about to have you do no way. See what I'm saying? But I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. But as anybody know, there's always ways around the situation. So, of course, I went back there and got my cousin to let me do it. I went and got my cousin Mike to let me do it. Because, you know, he was a, yo, yeah, you should do it. A little stupid. Anyway, went back, did my thing. GSC. So at this time, it's summertime. So what happened was, you know, anybody who do squares, you already know your face gonna be banged up. If you do, you ain't do the right square. So, stayed at my aunt house, my Aunt Gail house, that night. No problem. Aunt Gail, super cool. See what I'm saying? Then, my pops came through the block. I dipped on him, called my mom's and asked her, can I go down and stay at my Aunt Deborah's house? Went down, stayed at my Aunt Deborah's house. We good money around there. Enough time for me to get the healing going, the situation going, the way I could say, nah, I was riding my bike. I fell off my bike. You know, you need like 3 days to do that. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? 97, 9-7. 8th grade starts. So at this time, right? Fresh being Crip. I don't even know the meaning of Crip at this time. They hit me with the codes. I didn't even study. I'm not rocking blue flags or none of this. So 8th grade at this particular time, this is, you know, it's nobody really running around saying, you know, that they're Crip at this time. It's still a bunch of Bloods running around too. So now the reason why I'm not going to clip to 1998, because 1998 plays an intricate part in this too. So even though I'm still in 8th grade, you know, when you start September, it was 9-7. 9-8 now come. Now it's the 9-8 now. So now it's more and more Crips starting to pop up too. So now my school, 271. Shout out to the people, the good people in 271. Up the hill, Brownsville. Never ran, never will. It was only one other Crip inside of my school. One other Crip inside of my school. But once again, it's not like we're not running around flagging. None of that. Because, you know, we both young. We both fresh to the game. See what I'm saying? This my man, Andrell. Only other Crip. And being from Brownsville, of course, he being from, you know, GSC. It is what it is. We didn't find this out about each other until towards the end of the 8th grade year. Because what happened was you come out of school now It'd be mad blood dudes outside the school all the time, including the ones I just mentioned. So, had to be very careful over there. So we found this out, yada, 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 yada. Boom. Graduate. I'm playing on the basketball team, Jackie Robinson. It is what it is. Graduate. Boom. Still chilling. 98. Still 98. I'm still, it's summertime. So now everybody already know in New York City what happens is when you go to high school, right? You get to choose high schools you want to go to. And you got to get accepted to these high schools. This high school may be performing arts. This high school may be for law. This high school may be for engineering. This one may be a good sports team. So you get to choose these different, high schools you want to go to. And what happens is they accept you based off your grades. So a lot of people in Brooklyn usually pick Brooklyn schools. You live in Manhattan, you pick Manhattan schools. You live in Queens, you pick Queens schools. You live in the Bronx, you pick Bronx schools, etc., etc. So you're not expected to just pick those ones in that particular borough. You can pick, if you live in Brooklyn like myself, you can pick a school that's in Manhattan. If you live in Queens, you can pick one in Staten Island. As long as they accept you, you can go to high school. So what happens is Chelsea High School in Manhattan. My brother was going to Chelsea High School in Manhattan. At this time, had to do an extra half a year of school. You know how I go, running around out there doing gang activity. You don't make it to school too much. This is him at this particular time. Yes, I'm Crip at this time, but I don't know how to stack, none of that stuff yet. I'm still, I'm not even flagging. Chilling. Chelsea High School comes up in Manhattan. All summer, all I've been doing is playing ball. See what I'm saying? I ain't been hanging around my uncle. I ain't been hanging around my cousin Mike. I ain't been hanging around my brother because my brother had a girl at that time. He was with the whole time through the summer. I'm in tune, messing with girls. That's what it was that whole summer. I'm not smoking or nothing of that shit. I'm not chilling in the set. None of that shit. I'm saying? Like, I live down there, so I see these all the time. But it's not like I'm just running by people. All I know is pretty much the handshake. That's it. Now I go to Chelsea. First day of school. Looking around, it's Manhattan. Now I'm in 9th grade. Freshman. Only thing I know, junior high school. It's a whole new ball game in high school. Everybody else, I'm big for my age. Everybody else, they bigger than me. See a bunch of bandanas running around the school. So now it's this big black dude come up. It's like first, second period or whatever like that. This big black dude walking towards me. So he look at me like, yo, you such and such little brother. I'm like, yeah. He like, what's cracking? I'm saying, I'm king. You know what I'm saying? Do the shake. Throw up the shake. So now I don't even know him. So now I'm throwing up the shake mad slow because I'm like, damn, is this a setup? See a blood dude's about to go down? So he's the first one to look at me. I had like a red Yankees jersey on. He was like, yo, there's mad bloods around the school. But you don't want them to think you blood, so you need to put a Band-Aid on that red shirt. This is old school shit. Yeah, we used to rock Band-Aids when we used to wear color red shirts. We used to wear Band-Aids on them. Jacket, pants, anything red with it. We used to put a Band-Aid on it. Real talk. He was the first one to actually tell me that. This is the first person I've ever met from Harlem rolling 30s. Because as he introduced himself, you got to spit your lingo. And at that time, that's what I knew. You know what I'm saying? I'm Smiley, GSC. Oh, I'm yada, yada, yada. Harlem Mafia rolling 30s. First person I ever met outside of my set. My cousin Mike also goes to Chelsea. I see him like 6th period. Go outside. Now at this time at this school, you can go outside for lunch. Now it's Manhattan. Now when you live in Brooklyn, you're not running around, especially when you're younger. You're not running around Manhattan, all these boroughs, unless you got family that live out there. You in Brooklyn, for the most part, you lived around different places in Brooklyn. You'll be different places. Canarsie, Flatbush, all normal, Bed-Stuy, all that's normal going around. Your mom call you at, oh, I'm in Bed-Stuy. But if you talking about, yo, you in Manhattan, you get your ass whooped. See what I'm saying? So for the most part, this was a whole new breed of ball game. So as I go outside, and sit with this guy on the bench. Literally, no lie, it's probably like 30 red flags and green flags all sitting outside. I'm like, what is happening in this school? This school is crazy. And I'm thinking in my head like, what? I don't see like really no blue flags. I know my cousin Mike in there. I know my brother in there. The dude I met, King, is in there. And then it's myself. This time, I'm like literally fresh to the game. I look at my cousin Mike. Yo, I need to dip out of here later. I need you to teach me everything you know. Everything you know. At that particular time, that's when I realized I had to take this shit serious. I couldn't be sitting around running because I knew for a fact it was going to be problems at the school. We go home later on that night, later on that day. I see him as he's talking to my brother, but King is across the street. And all I hear is, Crip. Once again, I'm fresh to the game. They throwing up signs and all that. Had no idea at this time what they doing. So first thing I asked my cousin Mike, what was y'all doing? Now he put me onto the game. So I'm like, bro, you got to teach me how to stack up. Teach me how to stack over the phone. I'm on the phone. You already know. This is 98. You got the house phone. Mom cursing you out. Phone bill, mal expensive. Yo, you got to teach me how to stack up. Told me how to stack up over the phone. Letter for letter. Sign for sign. And then, of course, throughout the years, I just got better and better at it. But then I grabbed those pages of those codes and studied them like it was a test. I didn't even like studying for tests. Sat back there and studied them. Studied them. Studied them. And this was a lot of codes. If you was Crip between 95 and 2000 and you got those codes, you know it was a lot of codes. It was different meanings. You had to know about 6-point star stuff. You had to know knowledge. You had to know prayers. You had to know everything. You had to know everything. Everything. Nowadays, literally, who's your big homie? And that's it. That'd be the whole gist of it. Who's your big homie? You mention somebody's name, they know, ah, you good. Nah, back in the day, you'll get hit off the top with multiple codes. But that's why I respect King, because King already knew what it was in me. My brother already told her he was a freshie. So King ain't coming with it. He's one to, let me know it was more of us in here, but just besides them two. But anyway, studied them codes like crazy. So then by the time I went back the next day, that was the first time I ever rocked the blue flag in my life. And my brothers and them like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, what you talking about? I know you see all these what's names over there. Like, I was the young hothead. The young stupid hothead. My brother, my cousin Mike, yo, you bugging. We flag, but you got to remember, it's a lot of them versus a lot of us. You got to be smart with it. I was stupid. I wasn't moving militant. I wasn't moving smart. I was just a young, stupid hothead. So the first person I ran into was this blood dude. Y'all know him from Harlem. Be a lot running around Forster Projects. Kareem with the cross eyes. Look like, kind of look like Snake Eyes, the battle rapper, but a little shorter. Eyes going this way. One of the grimiest people I ever met in my life. That's the first one I ever ran into. Coming down the stairs in Chelsea in the staircase. This nigga looks at me, try to grab my JanSport from behind. Looks at me, and then try to grab my JanSport from behind. I seen him when he looked at me, but he instantly went for the grab. I spent, because I'm at the bottom of the step, he at the top of the step. I spent, grabbed him, fall down the stairs, but I fall on top of him. I'm a big dude at this time. Getting the word. Two dudes come behind me, start kicking me, do. It is what it is. See my brother next period, let him know what happened. This nigga like, oh yeah? Go right up to Kareem, all his niggas sitting on his thing. Yo, that's my brother. You know what you just did right there? That's my brother. You stupid? I got you. We go back to Brooklyn. Now, this is the first time that I'm actually in the set with all of the, with all of the, the big homies. Like, they old at this time. See what I'm saying? Once again, I'd have been there, hang around. But when you younger, your mother not letting you run around crazy out there at this particular time. Especially when your mother is a CO for Rikers Island. Like I said, it's not going down. Gather up the troops. First time I seen troops gather up. This is literally about to be my first gang fight ever. So, boom. Go back the next day. Got my cousins, got a bunch of from the neighborhood. See what I'm saying? But I didn't know at this time my brother had talked to King. See what I'm saying? Yada, yada, yada. We get up there. What? Mad Crips up there. What is happening up here? This is crazy. This is crazy. See what I'm saying? My brother like, yo, nobody even gonna jump you. We catch Kareem slipping. It's probably on like 6, 7 of them sitting there. It was raining that day. 6, 7 of them sitting there. Yo, we even gonna jump you or nothing. I literally want you to come out here and fight me one-on-one. This is my brother saying to Kareem. Kareem don't even get off the bench. I'm like, yo, fight me one-on-one. Still don't even get off the bench. See what I'm saying? So, everybody think we about to smash him out? Nah, we good. Stole him out. My brother get up out of there. Me, I'm like, nah, I'm not satisfied. A lot of the other people, they ain't satisfied. We waited till after school let out. Thrashed a lot of these motherfuckers. Thrashed a lot of them. So at this time, it don't matter if you was L&W or if you was Blood. L&W was from Harlem. That's a small little gang that used to run with the Bloods. They used to wear burgundy rags. Before Bloods were wearing burgundy rags, they was wearing burgundy rags in New York. We talking about smashing them. It's only a couple didn't get smashed out. One of them was my man. I didn't even know he was L&W, but he was my man, like in one of my classes. Did not smash this man out. Told him, y'all not nobody smashing this man out. If anything, let him come join us. It's the reason why he's GSC right now to this day. See what I'm saying? So at this time, I meet another Crip that's inside of the school. Little tall, slinky nigga named Tom Tom. Now I didn't even know this nigga was even inside the school. This nigga never went to class at all. I don't know. I ain't know Tom Tom until after that happened. So now I'm seeing all the 30s. They throwing it up. They doing thumbs. They got the older handshake going. A lot of y'all know the older handshake. The longer version. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I'm throwing it up, you know. This time I'm still GSC at this time. First time I'm meeting a bunch of rolling 30s. And first time I'm meeting one of the OGs from Gear Gang Crip. Y'all know about Gear Gang? Y'all should know about Gear Gang. Older set, though I think a lot of them swapped over to Playboys. But for Gear Gang, for the most part, still exists. Shout out to Lucky. Yes, sir. There will be a part 2 to this, where we're going to get a little bit deeper into it. I told y'all I have y'all sit here for hours and hours. If y'all sit here and y'all wait for this, this whole story. But the best part is coming on the next part. Because we're going to get into actually how I was able to actually wear this hat. You see what I'm saying? We're going to get into all that, where the Harlem 30s come from. Because I know a lot of y'all waiting for that. But that's part 2, man. This is your boy Harlem Smiling. I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. If not, cuz, put it in check. I'm up next. And if you've been here before, man, and you like the content, man, y'all know what it is. Hit the like button for your boy. And if you haven't been here before and you new to it, man, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell and hit the thumb, man. It's the like button. Turn it from white to blue. And if not one, put up 2, man. Dirt game, man. We rolling, man. 9th Street.